Welcome back to the second part of the Clawhammer Ukulele instructional video. Hope you can see this. It'll be easy to pick out what I'm doing. I guess you may hear different terms used for this style. I normally just say clawhammer, because basically when you're playing, your hand is in kind of like a claw shape. You know, it looks like a claw, like this. Some people have heard the term frailing. There may be slight nuanced differences, but people use the term interchangeably. We just call it clawhammer. And so basically, you want to, I guess I've heard people say, I guess like you can put a credit card or something in between your fingers here and grasp it, or like you're going to grasp a doorknob or something like that and turn it. But basically, so you just want take your hand and roll your fingers toward your palm. You don't want to have it clenched real tight where your fingers are up against your palm or too far out. So it's kind of like a nice relaxed, and the key thing is to keep your hand relaxed. So you're going to have your hand in this position with your fingers curled like this and your thumb somewhat out. And so I guess the whole technique of the clawhammer is down picking on the strings. So basically you're using, like I said, either your index finger, the nail, index finger, or your middle finger, the nail on your middle or index finger. You experiment with either one, what's more comfortable to you. I use my middle finger. So you're going to use that finger to pick down on the string. Now I'm just going to pick on this bottom string. And I guess maybe I'll just say, just think about, you're knocking on a door like this. So keep your hand relaxed, don't have it clenched or too much tension. Lightly in this clawhammer form here, like you're going to knock on the door. Instead of knocking on the strings, with your knuckles like this, you're going to knock on the strings using your nail of the index or middle finger. And so I guess I use my wrist. You see everything is coming down from my wrist, rotating down. Some people say don't use their wrist, they kind of use their whole arm rocking back and forth. I found that not natural. So I guess there's a lot of variety, various ways people do the clawhammer stroke. Everyone's not the same, and I guess it depends on your body type and mechanics and things like that. But basically, so I guess I'll try to use my index finger. I normally don't use that, but it may be easier to see. So it's not perpendicular to the string. Okay, you're not hitting with the nail of your finger perpendicular or 90 degrees to the string, and it's not parallel to the string like this, where if you stroke down like that, you just be brushing over it, not really getting that distinction in the note. And so I guess I just rest my elbow and forearm in the back, take that clawhammer motion, just let it fall naturally where it's going to rest. And then just try to hit the bottom string, starting off with the nail of your finger. And I guess it looks like it's not quite 45 degrees to the string, but pretty close if you want to think about it like that. Let me see if I can do the index finger. So it's basically you're hitting down with this string, like your nail on the string like this. The way I do it is using it from the wrist. The wrist is moving. So that's probably the first thing you need to try to learn, is to hit a specific string that you want to get to and not have to think about it or look at what you're doing with your right hand. I guess it's just practice. This is a frustrating technique for me to learn. I probably started and stopped for a year before it finally became natural. You may get it in a week or a month or a lot quicker than I did. So you can start off just trying to hit, say, the bottom string consistently. Then the next string up above that, next string up above that, the string above that. So I guess you can vary that. So that's a pretty major part of it, if being able to hit whatever string you want to hit. And I guess actually there's the difference between the ukulele and the banjo. If you notice, the banjo has a fifth string, the drone string, which would be up at the top here, which isn't on the ukulele. So I know like Aaron Kime and a number of other people on YouTube playing Clawhammer ukulele, they're playing a concert for soprano uke, they have a high G string, which sort of simulates that fifth string on the banjo, because it's the high on the banjo. That fifth string is the highest tuned string on the banjo, and like I said, it's a drone string, so you hit it and just rings out. It's normally not fretted. So with the high G string on the ukulele, you can simulate that, but you also lose. I guess for me, I like the low G because you gain being able to hit this low G string and play melody notes. I guess so. Now if you hit this low G string with your thumb, you're not going to get that drone or high ringing sound that simulates the banjo. But to me, that's not too big of a loss. So the actual once you can hit a specific string with either your index or middle finger, the actual clawhammer stroke, Aaron Kime learned it as the tick,